Quick and easy DIY.
Right.
Grout, 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 grout. I'm losing confidence in this project. What am I doing? You don't have your Crocs in sport mode or anything. Don't fall down the stairs, please. Come here. I'm gonna put you in your tent.
He has a tent?
Yes. A little mesh tent so he can feel the breeze but not run away. The spring and summer weather is upon us, which means it's about to be time for outdoor entertaining, which is one of my favorite things. And I do have a nice outdoor entertaining space, but it needs some work. It definitely needs to be zhuzhed, cleaned, refreshed. I want to add some things, just kind of like revitalize it and get ready for the outdoor entertaining season. I actually have a dinner party coming up soon that I'm going to be hosting for like Mother's Day. So I definitely want to make sure that my patio in my backyard is kind of like pulled together in time for that. So I have a few plans up my sleeve, some DIY projects, some added decor. I want to start with the DIY projects first. Some of them I'm not too confident about. They're going to be experimental as usual. First DIY project. These tables, the coffee table and the side table over there, both from CB2. They're nice tables, they weren't cheap. I've had them for a few years, but the coffee table in particular has some really bad wear and tear. I'm not sure exactly what happened to it, but it got marked up, scratched up. It's just not looking good. It's uncleanable. I've already tried to scrub it down. It's actually scratched. Like this part is like
And you can
etched.
clean that dirt out, but like it comes right back.
And then these are like, can't get these black marks off. I'm not sure, like I said, what that even is.
How long have you had this?
A few years, I don't know exactly.
Okay, but it's enough time that it's
Yeah, it's not like new.
Yeah.
So it's you know, kind of understandable. And then the side table is newer because I got that after to match with it. But for some reason, it started off looking the same, but then it turned yellow. And the other one didn't turn yellow. And so I don't understand why that happened. And it also just like got,
Ew.
which also that doesn't come off. I've tried Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. I've tried everything. I just can't get it back clean or to white. So as to not waste these perfectly good tables, I think I can refinish them, maybe, perhaps.
I think we can. We can refinish them.
We can refinish them. We will refinish them. I have an idea to give them kind of like stone look and also change the color of them. And we will see about that. It's gonna be an experimental faux stone refinishing project. So that's the first thing we wanna do. The second thing, this is like teeth marks in my, second idea is a fun little accessory to add to my pool area. I've been seeing this trend of people making DIY fire bowls, like fire pit things, where they basically like take a bowl, put some rocks, put some flames in there. But I kind of want to do my own little twist on it and make my own custom rectangular shaped fire planter things that I can put one on that side and one on that side. And then I'll use those citronella torches that keep the mosquitoes away as the actual fire that's inside. So it'll be decorative. It'll give a cool fire pit effect. And because of the size and shape that I want to do for the planters, we're actually going to make our own custom concrete look planters. For my custom planter fire, what are we calling this? Fire planters? It's not a fire bowl because it's not a bowl, and it's not a fire pit. For the custom firebox.
Fire feature.
For the poolside fire feature, poolside bug repellent fire feature, patent pending, I want them to sit like right here. And I kind of want them kind of big, 10 by 30 rectangle boxes. And then just like, they don't need to be deep, it's like 6. And then 2 of those.
What do you want to make them out of?
Wood.
Do you want like plywood? Do you want just to nail together some sheets of plywood and hope for the best?
I feel like we don't need to invest so much in the wood or the type of wood, because the idea is that I want to cover it in cement or concrete. Number 1, to kind of like fireproof it, and number 2, just to give it that cement look.
Yeah, I think we should use 2x4s and do a similar construction to how we did your garden boxes. I just don't feel great about using plywood. We could use like plywood for the bottom.
30 by 10 by 6-ish. Just out of curiosity, if we look at the garden boxes, which also, by the way, look how nicely my plants are planting. They're high-key overcrowded. I may or may not have planted way too many plants per box.
Yo, weed coming up.
We got basil, jalapenos, cucumber, tomatoes. They're blooming, so like that means we're supposed to get produce soon. But since like if we're using the 2x4s, which we know are not a full 4, so it would be like a 2-stack. A 2-stack would give us like 7. I think that's a good depth for what we're trying to do. So we're making a baby one of these with only two stacked on top of each other, 30 inches long, 10 inches wide, and then plywood for the bottom.
Wood.
We do have some scraps, some applicable scraps
But they're
here.
very much like scraps.
But yeah, this is what I was talking about. We've got two
wait, can
chunks.
I see? So 1x4 is what I'd be
How
looking for.
long is that piece? Because that's a usable piece.
It is.
This piece we can take off of here and use it too.
53 inches.
We need 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30.
Let me
30 times 4.
Draw my schematics because I want to account for like the thickness and stuff of the, just hear me out.
Johnny had 5 apples.
So we want 4 30-inch 1x4s. So we would want 8.5 inches. I just want to make sure that we have enough screws.
You don't think that's too thin? Because you gotta think about, it's gonna have feet and it's gonna be a lot of weight in there. So it has to really hold itself up.
Put enough nails in it, a little bit of wood glue. This is like what they put in the bottom of drawers. We use our strap pieces to make the feet and then buy all of this.
I like the idea of getting this stuff out of my garage. And then another fun little DIY that I wanted to try, I have this old wooden tray that I just don't love the look of anymore, but I use these a lot when I'm entertaining, you know, bringing the drinks out, bringing the snacks out, and I thought it would be cool to try to kind of revamp or refinish it. Since we're already gonna be getting like cement and certain supplies for some of these other projects, I thought we could use some of that and try to do like a terrazzo effect in this tray, which is like the little sprinkling tile effect. Are these refillable? The one I have that I showed you at home, it's a decorative thing, but then there's a can inside of that the can itself opens to refill with this stuff. Bite Fighter, proven mosquito repellency clean bird torch fuel.
There you go.
I feel like we need this. Currently own like one of these, but I think a little set like this would come in handy. Why so much? Don't they have little baggies for little girls? What about these things? Rapid set. You're saying a lot of words that I don't need to know. Grout is different than cement in terms of like sandability. Is that a problem?
I don't know.
Have you ever tried to sand grout?
I can't say I have, no. Well, okay, but if we use the grout for the tray, then we need more grout for the table.
But grout comes in more reasonable amounts.
Yeah, so let's go get some more grout.
We couldn't find the planters. They don't have the fiberglass. They didn't have the canisters. So mad. We got the stuff to go inside the canisters. We need to go get the sand. Well, they had too much big bags of cement, too big of bags.
So we got grout.
So we got grout instead. We don't even know if that's gonna work. And we need to get glass from Goodwill. So from here we need sandpaper, sand. This is pretty.
Oh.
Is it made out of diamonds or is it to file diamonds?
Miss Raven, you are so pickpocketable right now.
Look at the prices, but for the Mother's Day soiree that I'm planning, I want to do a build your own bouquet bar, and it would be good to thrift little vases that they can put them in to take home.
Yeah, that would be
I know they have them at Dollar Tree too, but I think a mismatch of thrifted ones would look cute. 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I know it's nice.
It's nice,
but I need it. I'm sorry. Would you pick the one that says got milk?
Yes.
I would actually.
Yeah, I
know
would.
y'all would. That's why I'm not getting it. For this table experiment, I'm really making this up off the top of my head, and it may not work at all, but we're gonna find out together. Hi, I'm Raven, and you're watching RETV. Couldn't think of the name of my own show for a minute there. Old grout, new grout, red grout, blue grout, black grout, white grout, actually.
And
Nothing broke, I don't think.
I'm sorry. They're made out of glass. I can't even see them. I'm sorry. I'm good at breaking things.
We had a leftover from our guest room tile table thing. This box, half a box of white grout. Then I already had this suspicious bucket of black grout from something, I don't remember. Bought some extra white. We're gonna mix it together and create a Franken grout in this bucket.
Franken grout.
Just Trust the process.
I think if it doesn't work, then that's an opportunity to do another DIY.
I see your vision with the trash bag, but I think that's gonna make it hard to mix.
That's what I was thinking too.
And we did this before and we were able to wash the bucket out.
Not well, but it's a Home Depot bucket, so I'm not like.
We washed it.
Yeah, but it's still like crunchy.
Well, do you plan on drinking out of it later?
No.
I'm holding the tarp down. Ew.
Move your foot.
Zoe is strong.
I'm excited. This will be fun.
So we have our ugly table.
We need those knee pads.
Do we need to like sand it?
No.
It's also dirty.
It's fine. We're gonna put over it.
We're putting cement over it.
All right. This is black or like a dark gray, midnight black.
And it's sanded grout.
Whatever that means.
It's got sand in it.
Whatever that means. So it's more crunchier. Our grout that we have over there is not crunchy.
How like you hear the technical terms and you're like, not crunchy.
I like to make it, you know, more understandable for the viewers.
Oh, yum. You gotta get in here, Sam. Look at that.
Oh, wow. I would eat that. Unironically, I'd eat that.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you crumbled up Oreo cookies and mixed a little bit of butter into
Like when you make like an Oreo
like
cheesecake.
crust.
Yeah.
Do we even need to mix it up?
We need to mix all of it together so that it's an even consistency all the way around.
I was just saying, if I just did that by itself, it could be a look.
I don't think it would be a good look. Oh yeah, it's gonna need to be watered. This is why we didn't use sanded grout before, because it is hard to work with.
Quick and easy DIY. This might be quick and easy. So we got the first kind of grout in here. This is just the smoother powder, the white one. And I'm trying to mix it to like make this less crunchy, but also turn it to a lighter gray color. I have no idea. Just gonna put like a lot.
I genuinely think we should mix all of it.
No, let's do little by little, because once you go, you can't go back.
Exactly.
Mmm.
Yum.
Yum.
I think this is gonna work. I like this color.
Yeah?
I feel like it matches the pool towel, right?
Yeah, I think it does.
Can we attach the whisk to our screwdriver?
Yeah, they have attachments for that.
If you think about like on the sides, it needs to be sideable.
It needs to hold itself.
Zoe's always like translating my poor vocabulary. Okay, stop.
It's okay, I already have asthma.
Little squirt. Just wet at the top.
Oh.
No.
My hands look like this, so her hands can look like that.
Who's her?
Nice grout buttercream.
It does have like a whipped, airy consistency.
Looks so tasty. Plastic taping knife from the drywall section. And with zero prep to the table, we should at least wipe it, I feel.
It's grout, it'll be fine.
Zero prep to the table. We're just gonna smear it on and hope for the best.
Oh, sorry.
Ready, go.
This will be good.
Is it not cool?
It is pretty cool.
Now how it dries, I don't know. Where'd you get that table from?
Oh, I made it.
Okay, so we have pretty much covered with like an initial coat both of the tables. My thought process is let this completely harden, sand it down to kind of get it a little bit more even, but then it's gonna need another like second thin coat to make sure it's fully covered and just kind of get the texture that I want. Since we need to save the rest of our grout to be able to come back to this tomorrow, I'm gonna try and move it back into this other bucket that has a lid, and hopefully it like stays to where we can use it again. We have a lot left over, which is good, but I wanna make sure it's usable when we come back to it.
Hand check. Nice to meet you.
No.
Hand check. Let me see.
High five.
If you are gonna use your bare hands with grout, make sure you wash immediately so you don't get severe burns. Day 2. Our tables are dry. I definitely want to sand it down and do another coat. Some of the table is still showing through and it's just not looking very even. So far so good. I think this is working well. Hopefully the sanding and the rest of it goes well. I am putting on safety protection because you're not supposed to be inhaling grout dust. So we're masking up and I'm just using my Ryobi sander with 80 grit sandpaper on it. Let's see what happens. Whoa! Okay, they have been sanded. I'm not trying to get them perfectly smooth, but just knocking off the main chunks and lumps, if you will. And so I think that's good enough. They definitely need another coat. So we had hoped that our grout mix would stay nice in this bucket overnight. She's thick, but I think she can be re-moistened, hopefully. Oh my God, it's so chunky.
Top 10 things not to do with grout. Stick your hands in it.
Zoe went to Home Depot and got it's actually called an egg beater mixer attachment thingy for our screwdriver. So hopefully this will give us more mixing power to get the chunks out of our grout. Let's see. I'm kind of scared. Oh, it's hard to control the speed. I like this thing. It's working pretty well, actually. Ah! Splash my face. Tables have their second coat. I feel like it went on nice and good and smooth. They're still gonna need to be lightly sanded, and then I'm gonna seal them after for longevity, you know? But this is looking good so far. We gotta let this dry and come back to it. Moving on to our firebox project. We have our schematics for how we're gonna build our wooden boxes, the rectangular kind of like planter box situation. So I have some scrap pieces that I'm gonna use, as well as we bought more wood. I need to cut some 30-inch chunks and some 8.5-inch chunks. So I'm just gonna make my marks. Gonna use our handy dandy jigsaw, which works just fine. All right, wood is secured. Safety wear is on. I'm not putting on gloves, you can't make me. All right, to assemble the boxes, it should be easy as pie because it's very similar to how I did the garden boxes. We're gonna do this type of situation. And we're just gonna do 2 screws and hopefully they go in nice and good. Low margin of error.
It's safe, dude. Yay.
Only 25 more of these. 1 done, 3 more to make, because they're gonna be double high, and I'm making 2 of them. Second box is constructed, so then it'll go like that.
Wow.
We're gonna make our other 2 for the second one, and then we'll figure out how to do that part. Boxes are done, but when you buy cheap materials, you get a cheap result. So because we bought the cheapest pieces of wood, they're real wonky and not super flat, so even though I feel like we did a pretty good job measuring, it's very like,
If we were to like, it's not as, I think it's this piece. And so I think we could just find a way to like support this corner over here.
Together though, so that's why I think we need the inner piece to hold them together correctly. Because otherwise they're never gonna attach to each other with any type of glue or tape or whatever. Put 2 little supports on the inside very shoddily with our nail gun to squeeze them together. Everything's still a bit wonky, but we're figuring it out and it'll be fine by the end of it, hopefully. Next, with, this is actually the leftover wood from the IKEA dresser repair we had to do in the home refresh video. I'm gonna cut out bottoms for our boxes because they need bottoms. All right, now we want to put feet on our box. We want to do drainage holes and feet so that it can actually drain if it ever rains. For drainage holes, I guess we'll do that first. So we're gonna use our Forstner bit, which you may remember from the Candelabra project. Love when a specialty item comes into use again later.
Table saw.
Is that a specialty item?
Yeah.
Oh, help.
Careful. You said help. What do you want me to do?
Attack. Ow. Oh. Fiber tape, perfect finish, ultra thin drywall joint tape. We've seen people on the internet use this to help give it something to grip to. By it, I mean our leftover grout from the table project that we're gonna slather on here. We were gonna use cement. We do have cement, but we already have grout left over. Might as well use that. The idea is to just like cover this whole thing in tape. Decided not to cover the whole entire thing, just kind of where it needed it, like on this seam right here to help flatten that out. But I don't think the whole thing needs it. We kind of just put it like in the seams, in the corners. Also, we used it to make a little mesh grate for our drainage holes so that our filler doesn't just fall straight through the holes. And yeah, now we grout. I think we got the perfect amount of leftover grout from our tables, which by the way are looking real good. They're drying up real nice. And so we're just gonna use this and then it'll be matching. So same kind of technique, just gonna
Put it on there.
saving my last bit of grout for a second coat on these boxes, but first coat is on. They're looking a little lumpy, but just like with the tables, we're gonna sand it, do a second coat, and they'll be beautiful. Handy dandy trash bag top to lock in the moisture with a big rubber band. Women in STEM. Yeah. Tables have been sanded. I experimented with using this Bare Premium Protector and Waterproofer for concrete and masonry products, and I used a roller brush to roll it all over this one. I wanted to see if it was gonna like change the color at all or like have a major effect, and you actually can't tell at all the difference. So visually, it's the same. Texturally, it feels the same. So I don't know if it worked or do I need to do like multiple coats or what. So I kind of want to test it and see if I drip a little bit of water on this one, does it seem more waterproof than that one? I just used this little sponge brush to roll it on. It was like a really thin, milky consistency. So it was a pretty thin coat. I don't know if I need to do like another coat. I was just trying to make sure that it was sealed in so it wouldn't be so dusty, but also I'm gonna need to eventually probably clean this off, wipe it off. I mean, we use these to like set drinks down and stuff like that. So I was trying to think ahead and kind of prepare for that. Hopefully this will work. I don't know. It does say 24 to 48 hours to cure. But let's see, is it waterproof? I'm scared. Oh!
Oh my god!
It is waterproof.
Wait, pour it on this one, pour it on this one.
Sort of. I mean, it's still soaked in.
But that was pretty good.
But it feels like, I mean, I have to get this initial dust off, but I think beyond that, like you would be able to wipe it. Okay, what does this one do? Same thing. No, there is a difference.
Oh. There is definitely a difference.
There's a difference.
I regret that now.
Yeah.
So we gotta let that dry before we seal it. I do kind of feel like another coat wouldn't hurt. We also have like a whole freaking thing of this because this was like the smallest container it came in, so might as well use it. But while we let our experiment dry so we can come back and seal this properly, both of them, our boxes are looking a little bad. This is just the first coat though. It's the crumb coat. It's definitely crunchy and chunky, and it's just reacting differently to the wood underneath, I think, compared to the table. But I think we can save it. We just gotta sand it. We gotta put another smoother layer on it, sand it again, and it'll be fine.
Maybe do that one more time.
Second coat on the boxes. Our good old grout. It's getting us through. Good old grout. I'm gonna come out with my own grout line.
Good old grout is gonna be the name of my first album.
This move right here is called the crock prop. Only advanced masonry artists know about this. I learned it back in 08 when I was doing stucco in Italy. You could buy a concrete large rectangular planter box for $100+ a pop, or you could spend 3 days handcrafting your own. For how much? I don't know.
$100.
I don't know how much these supplies cost, but you get the satisfaction of being able to say, I made that. And you learn new skills along the way, and you build self-confidence, and you make friends. This is called the slip technique, patent pending. Dip your fingers in water to smooth out the edges. For all of you guys who are definitely gonna do this project at home and follow this step-by-step tutorial. My box is done, gotta let it dry and do the final touches after. Zoe's finishing the other one. Meanwhile, the sealant for the tables, I'm gonna do a second coat on this one, first coat on this one. They are sealed. That one's technically gonna need a second coat if we're being thorough, but pretty much done. Waiting for boxes to dry. So while we wait for all this to dry, we can move on to our last project. I'm tired, which involves our trays, our Terrazzo tray experiment. First step, we gotta break up our thrifted dishware. Let's go do that. I'm gonna use our towel technique that we learned from our tile table project.
I really want to throw this on the ground and smash it, and I think I should be allowed to because I'm such a good employee.
Do you know what would happen if you did that?
It would break into a bunch of
Shards
little
would
pieces.
fly.
I'll do it in your driveway.
everywhere.
So that
The thing
I'll do
is-
it in your driveway so there can be little shards of glass when you back out
We
in the morning.
also need to
take Ziya
gather
school.
and use the shards.
What?
That's the whole point. So here's the plan. Shatter these thrifted dishwares, mix them into cement, pour them into these trays.
Both of those?
Yeah, for this one, we came up while you were gone. We came up with an idea to use this one as a mold with handles like this.
Yeah, that'll be cute.
And then when you take it out, it'll just be a...
It'll be so easy.
Would you like goggles or do you think your glasses are enough?
My glasses are fine.
1, 2, 3.
Oh,
Oh,
my brain.
oh, first hit.
It's really pretty.
It is super pretty. I like the mint color. I didn't really expect that it would be.
Did it change color? or
I
am
think
tripping?
when we put it on the white,
Yeah, that's nice.
it looks more mint.
I like that, Picasso.
Why does that feel like it didn't do anything? No.
Oh, because these are hard. I have this little crystal gecko I got from an art fair.
Sam has a mallet and Zoe has a crystal gecko that she got from an art fair.
And the other day, I accidentally hit my shelf and it fell off the shelf and it broke.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, and this is what reminded me of that.
Ooh, yeah, I think this is working better.
Consolidate.
I feel like the big chunks could be cute for something else, but
Yeah.
how much chunks do we really need, you know? Because now we're starting to make powder.
Yeah, because you're right. If we,
Worst case, you can break them later. It's glass.
Like we need to separate the chunks.
yes.
Oh,
Yeah, broken
that.
plate.
Oh.
Right.
I'm losing confidence in this project. Oh.
Hey Zoe, break this bowl and then I'll surprise when I break the bowl.
that off cleanly.
Okay.
Exactly.
I mean,
yes.
We can take those out. That was pretty good.
these pieces look good.
Yeah, like this. Stir the glass.
Hard.
Yeah, you gotta do it like you mean it.
Gotta slam. There you go.
It's very safe and easy, kid-friendly DIY. Now we just stir our shards for a good even mix. ASMR. Now we got some good old, the reliable brand since 1880 Alamo Cement Co. San Antonio, Texas, white Portland cement type 1. Danger. This bag is really hard to deal with. We do not at all need this much cement, but this is what it came in at Home Depot. We thought we were gonna use it for other projects. Long story short, I'm cutting a hole in the middle of the bag because I only need like 2 scoops out of here. There's probably a better way to do this. I've never worked with this product before, but I'm a smart girl. Pour a little bit of water, mix it up. I'm sure it'll be fine. So for this tray, the idea is to like make a new bottom, but the tray will still be the tray. We're not using it as a mold, we're just like filling in the bottom, resurfacing the bottom of it. For this tray, I'm using this little dollar store tray as a mold. And then I have these drawer pulls that came off of the dresser in Ziya's room, but I switched them out to match her room better, so I don't need these. We put the screws in there to give it some little feet. We're thinking these can be like the handles of the tray. Also, we have nicely separated our shards into different levels of shardage. So we have small, fine grit, medium grit, large chunk. I'm gonna use these ones for this little tray. Actually pretty proud of this little mixture. As usual, I watched half of one YouTube video on this. I think they might stand up by themselves. I have faith. Just from our experience with the paper flowers. Maybe you should lubricate your mold when you're doing something like this, but I don't have any lubricant, so we're just going for it. So the guy did one layer of cement. So it's gonna be in layers. So he did like a layer at the bottom just to coat it. Then you sprinkle your shards. And then you do another layer and then you have to sand it to reveal the shards. Wow. Cool. Then I need a liquidier to pour on top, a liquidier consistency. Okay, and then this is the top coat, and I know it's like, wait, but you're covering the tiles, but then when you sand it down, it will reveal the tiles underneath, I hope. Let's see if the handles.
Glass, so it's not going to be
Well, that's too shallow. Make the tray first, apply the handles after, somehow. We'll see what happens, I don't know. And then for this one, same kind of thing. Got our cement, I don't even know if this is enough. Let's see, dump this in here. Making a cake.
Wow.
Blondie brownies. I've got my thin layer at the bottom. Now I've got my larger chunks and I'm just gonna, similar technique, but. Oh.
Oh, no. Stop while you're ahead.
Wait, trust the process. They're gonna be smacked down and covered. Right. Quick and easy upcycle project. All right, then we gotta do our top coat like we did the other one. Make my top coat mixture. I just feel like it's gonna be hard to sand down a whole piece of glass. All right. We'll see. 48 hours to dry. Ah, tired of this, Grandpa. This is what they're looking like so far on either side of the pool. Obviously, it should look different and look better when they're actually like filled and have the fire going and stuff. But like, just as far as like the cup, I don't know. Should I just leave it like that? Do y'all still see the vision? Did y'all ever see the vision to begin with? My thing is I'm thinking about painting them black. I have like the black furniture and stuff, so that could complement that. I just feel like this by itself is just not giving much. But maybe it'll look better once it actually has the stuff in it. Maybe this was just a stupid idea to begin with. The whole project might have just not been it. Every project, every idea can't be a winner, but I'm just trying to think, like, I've already spent so much time and work on it. I don't want to give up on it. First thing, I think they look better placed like that, like centered on either side. I almost wish I would have made them a little bit longer just to be even more dramatic and fill up the space better, but I think they look better like that. And I think they need to be painted black. I think they'll look better with black. And then I have white rocks that I'm gonna put inside of them. I think the black with the white rocks, that's gonna go with like my furniture. Maybe it'll hide some of the imperfections when it's painted. I just think it'll look better black. I think I'm gonna paint it. And I just Googled it. Spray paint, like obviously in a can is very flammable, but if you spray paint something and let it fully dry and cure, then it's not flammable once it's dry. Based on my research, that's what I've discovered. spray painting. While I wait for the spray paint to dry so I can finish up the fireboxes, my concrete creations, cement creations are dry. This one came right out super easily. I already got it out. It literally just slid right out, no problem. And it looks nice and smooth from like the underside of how it was sitting in there. The top just looks like this. And so the idea is you have to sand down the first layer to like reveal the little tile pieces underneath. Nervous about that. Don't know how that's gonna work at all. And then I was gonna like take these drawer pulls and attach them on either side to make handles. But I feel like, I don't know, this tray is so small and I could still do it. Might as well, right? But it's just pretty small and I don't know exactly how I'm gonna attach these. I could try to drill through to actually screw them on. I could try to use like some super strong glue and just glue them on or something. But the first step is the sanding to see if this like effect is even gonna work. Then the big one, the idea for this one was to leave this in here and have this just be like the tray. First of all, I got cement everywhere, all over this edge of the tray. So that looks a mess. Second of all, this is so freaking heavy. Third of all, it's trying to pop out the same way that it popped out of here. Like it's trying to act like a mold versus just like staying in there, which I don't know why I didn't think of that. I mean, I guess I could pop it out, put some glue it back in so it actually would stick in there if I really wanted to. But I'm kind of thinking just let it be a mold. Just pop it out, because it's gonna pop out regardless. Like it wants to come out, I can already tell. It's not like stuck in there. Let's just pop it out. Because the question is, can I get it out? It looks like it wants to come out pretty easily. It's like loose on the sides. Ooh. Oh! There it is. Okay, and it is fully dry. Did I break it? Okay, now it's got a big old slab. Really, this would be like better to put the handles on maybe? What am I doing? What am I doing? And I gotta sand it down. Okay, should I try sanding it and see what happens? Barely sanding. It's like it's not really sanded down. This is what I was afraid of. Let me do a fresh 80 grit piece. A chunk fell off. I'm just barely starting to see it come through like right here. Maybe if I just keep going. This is just not working. I think it's a couple of different things. Number one, I have a theory that a lot of the tile pieces maybe sunk to the bottom. Like I do see some of them at the surface, but I feel like they sunk to the bottom, so that's why it's not really like showing through. And number two, like I would need some sort of industrial grade grinder to be able to grind this down enough to really reveal the tile pieces underneath. Like it's just not sanding, like it's getting smooth. It's more like polishing it. I went forever and ever and ever on this small one and just barely started to see some of the tile pieces showing through. And then there's no way that I would be able to do this big one because it would take so long to sand it down if it would ever even sand down. It's just not working. I think this is a fail. I could try to just keep going and going and going on this small one and see if I can kind of get it to work, but it's just like barely making a dent. I feel like maybe it would have worked to do it kind of like reverse, like upside down. So just put tiles in the bottom of the tray, pour cement over it, and then when you flip it out, the tiles are on top. I don't know if that would work because it would still be kind of like crunchy. That might work. I still have some more tiles and I have plenty of cement left over, so I could try it. That's just off the top of my head. That probably is not right either. Womp, womp, womp. Okay, out of curiosity, I'm gonna try it. I mixed up some more of the cement. I have my leftover tiles and I'm just gonna kind of pour some tiles in here first. Make it like flat. I don't have any more of my tiny pieces. That would probably be good to kind of fill in some of the spaces. These are like the larger pieces that I had left over. And I don't feel like smashing up any more glass, so this is just an experiment as with everything else. All right, my boxes are pretty dry now. I've got my sand. We just got the play sand from Home Depot because that was the cheapest. And then I've got these white marble chips rocks, which I've used around my house before. These are gonna be like the decorative white rocks on top, but I need to fill most of it with sand to take up space. Hopefully this is even enough. And then to also like stick the torches in there. It was much more cost effective and just better to order these online. I got them on Amazon. They just didn't quite have the right thing I was looking for in store. I just wanted plain, empty canisters, torches with the wick that were refillable because I need them to be refillable throughout the season. And then you just fill it with this stuff, which you can also get on Amazon, but I got it from Home Depot. This is mosquito repellent torch fuel. So that's what I'm gonna fill them with. This was like a pack of 8 for like 20 bucks or something like that, so not bad. I'm gonna put 3, I think, in each box, maybe 4. Might as well do 4 since I got a pack of 8, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. That could work, actually. That might be better. First, they're a little short. I want them to kind of sit right up at the edge. So putting the sand at the bottom and then sitting them on top of the sand and then filling around it should work. These sandbags are heavy. I ain't got nobody here right now to help me do this. It's leaking. There we go. Sensory box. Sit in here like that. Oh, the sand is pouring out. It's leaking. It's leaking. And then this screws off, so I don't have to like take the whole can out to like refill it and stuff. I can just do like this. Which will be good. Uh-oh. Oh no! I think my drainage holes are, no! I knew that would happen. The drainage holes, the mesh is not holding the sand at all. Oh no, that's not what it is. It broke. Wait, I thought it was just pouring out the holes. It cracked right here because it's too heavy. Oh no. Oh no. The whole edge right here cracked open. What am I gonna do? It's the next day. My second experiment is dry and I'm really curious to see if it's any better. I don't have much hope at all. So let's see. The tiles are definitely closer to the surface, so maybe I could sand it. There's like an air bubble right here though. This looks a little bit more sandable since it's like, it's right there. It just looks like it needs a little bit of sanding to get the effect. But then it's like, what even is this? It's so small and it has no handles. Like what did I even if it does work, what did I just make with this tiny little rectangle? This does look slightly more promising. It's a new day and I'm sad. I gave up when I was trying to do this by myself and the bottom fell out. Now I have Zoe here to help save the day, but what are we even gonna do? Because I think, how about this idea? We know that this one's probably gonna have the same problem.
Yes.
So before we do anything with this one, let's try to fix it.
Yes.
Then we can dump this one into that one, you know what I mean? But what are we gonna do to try to reinforce the bottom of this?
So we just use the nail gun, right? I would say then let's use something heftier. Let's use some screws that have more grit. It'll be less likely to fall out. No promises.
I also was surprised because it was literally like grouted shut and it still broke. Like it broke the grout.
Yeah, I don't think grout is meant to be like
It's not, but you would think like it would help seal it, and it didn't.
I'm sure it would have helped if there wasn't so much sand.
It took a whole bag of sand. I'm glad we got 2 bags of sand because I think that was the right amount, but it is heavy, it is a lot.
Yeah, 50 pounds of sand. I think that'll do it.
Is that 50 pounds?
Yeah, that's what the bag says.
Oh. So we're just gonna screw back through this. Then we have my other failure over here. I gave up. The sanding wasn't working. I'm over it. My other one though, let me show y'all the upside down version. It looks a little bit more promising, slightly.
That does look more promising. This is sad. That's cracked. I think you need new sandpaper.
Our
Are we
last
doing
sandpaper.
this right now?
I forgot about this, and now out of curiosity, I just want to see.
because I don't want to be covered in white dust.
Yeah, the dust is very dusty, and it was going everywhere, as you can see. Careful. I mean, it wasn't like shooting. It's not gonna do that. It is working better because they're a lot closer to the surface. It's actually like starting to come through a lot faster. The question is, why am I doing this? What am I gonna do with this small rectangle of cement? Because it's like a weirdly small size and it's heavy and there's no handles and I'm not confident that I can add handles. Baby. And it's not food safe. It's not even food safe. What about that part? I didn't even think about that. It's just gonna be like a decorative block of stupid.
To be fair, you do have a decorative block of stone on that console table in your living room.
True, touche. So you think I should finish sanding them?
No.
Is that what you're saying? I care more about my fireboxes, so I'd like to do that first as far as time management goes. We'll see about coming back to this ever. So we've got our box that needs to be reinforced so it can hold 60 pounds worth of material.
Maybe also just like a bunch of them everywhere.
We won't be able to go, because there's screws going this way. Which way are they going?
I don't know.
They're covered up now, so I don't remember.
Just
So we'd
like
have to do them just in the middle, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go for it.
You got a small margin to get it in there.
And I'm not very good at this.
Okay.
Did it poke through? Is
No.
it fine?
It's fine. Right here it has the feet and it doesn't in the middle. So it wants to have a belly. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like it wants to bow
It's not supported.
here. Like it's kind of, should we add another foot?
Why don't we just add another foot? That sounds like
I think it would help.
Secured like to these edges to like really give it the support.
I think that would really help because it's like, that's part of it. Is the fact that the weight is trying to fall down in the middle.
And we've got
And that's
plenty
what's
of
breaking
wood.
it here.
Yeah.
You could do 4, I guess.
But about these screws.
About these screws, I wanted to try and see if I could get one like right here.
Ah!
Am I helping or hurting right now?
Solid. Nice. Boom, solid.
Stem.
Oh, nope.
No! No! Why? It's too hard. I'm gonna try one more time, and if I mess this
I
up,
believe in you, Miss Raven.
throwing the whole project away. Please. Good enough, right?
Yeah.
This is so ridiculous. We'll be back once we get this done. So after many failed attempts to get these screws in here correctly, I have all these extra holes, but I got enough screws in here to kind of help reinforce where we had nail gunned it in before. Hopefully that helps attach it better. And then I really think it's gonna help to add extra feet in the middle to help support it when it's sitting down. So I need to cut more of these little chunks, and I'm gonna do 1, 2 to give it like better support. So I gotta cut these, add those on, and then I feel like it'll be a lot stronger to hold the weight of the sand and everything, I hope. All right, now hopefully this is a lot more sturdy. We're gonna transfer our sand from our broken one into the good one, so then we can fix the broken one. Aren't you having so much fun?
Hey, can I go take a break and play in the company sandbox?
No busting.
So far.
Now picking it up and carrying it over the edge of the pool, not feeling great about that.
Totally easy.
Which we should do that before we put any rocks on top because that's just gonna make it heavier.
Go. Go.
Okay, I'll do the backwards part.
Okay.
And then I decided it looks better centered.
Uh-huh.
So it's like,
You don't just want to get in the pool? I want to get in the pool.
I do too, honestly.
It's really nice out.
okay, right here is centered, right? Yay! That wasn't so bad. Then we bring the rocks over here to finish it off. It needs a paint touch up. Let me get the spray paint and something to block it so I can do a quick little touch up. All right, learning from our previous mistakes, we should bring this closer to the location before we make it heavy.
I think if it's above like 80 degrees, we shouldn't have to work.
Keep your thoughts to yourself. We've got our repaired box. Hopefully it's sturdy. The other one did well, so I have faith.
Got it?
I did the first one by myself when y'all weren't here, barely. I can't do it because my nail's broken. I can't get a good grip on anything because it's sore. Okay, and then.
Wait, the thing.
I know, but stop there.
I can't like lift it without also dumping
okay.
it. Too much sand. Not enough space. Eat the sand.
All right, here goes nothing.
Ooh, okay, something touched my leg. We're good.
They're spiders, so.
No, don't say
Just
that.
a few.
That's not a safe
They're
way to
friends.
You're not gonna be able to get your legs up there.
Why do I need to get my legs up there?
Oh, I don't know.
Here?
On the line in the line?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah!
Ah, it's so nice. I really just want to but I can't.
Woo, it's cold.
It is.
It is not comfortable swimming temp. All right, I'm gonna do some touch-up spray paint. We'll put the rocks. We'll light them up. Woo, woo, woo. Light them up, up, up. I'm getting them wet. I don't feel like going to change.
I think you'll live.
Oh, it's cold. Yeah, we need another bag of rocks. God damn it.
God damn it, Bobby.
All right, guys, this has been so fun, so interesting, so chaotic. Let's recap. Let's bring it home. So first thing I want to show y'all is the final results of my stupid little tray, the most epic of fails that I've had in a long time when it comes to these experimental DIY projects. This was a fail. I mean, this one definitely, I was able to sand it and like, you know, kind of somewhat get the effect going compared to the first one, which obviously did not work at all. So at least this theory kind of seems like a better idea, but even still, a big chunk of it broke off right here when I was sanding it. It's not a smooth surface. There's like little holes and air bubbles. It's not level on the bottom. It's like a weird size and shape. And most of all, it's not even food safe. This is very dusty cement. So even if I was trying to use it as like a serving tray, I would have to like seal it with something, cover it in, I don't even know what, resin or something to even make it food safe and waterproof. There's no handles on it. I don't even know how I would add handles if I wanted to. I have to admit, this was a stupid idea. I did not think it through. Was it fun to do? Not really even. So there's just no justifying this, but they can't all be winners. Let me know in the comments down below though, if y'all have any ideas of where to go from here. Should I do something with this? Should I throw it away? Should I try again in a different way? I have a lot of this white cement left over, and I do also still have these little tile pieces left over. So what can I do with this or with the cement and tiles that I have left over? Let me know if you have any ideas in the comments. So what I tried to do with those Terrazzo trays was definitely the worst DIY, but I think the best one is the tables. I feel like our refinished grout but concrete looking table technique actually worked really well. It seems like it's gonna hold up. I think the waterproofing is gonna hold up really well. It's giving me the look that I wanted. I feel like they look good. They match each other nicely. Overall, I like it, and I'm really happy with how these tables turned out. Lastly, we have my fire pit boxes, which I was feeling very unsure about, but low-key, I think they turned out better than I thought. I'm gonna go ahead and light them. Okay, not bad, not bad. I mean, these really don't look bad. Obviously, the flames don't show as much in daylight. I'm sure they'll look a lot cooler at night, but like the overall aesthetic is kind of giving. All right, look, I know y'all probably judge me right now because you're like, Raven, everything still kind of looks a mess. I understand that, we're not done. There's gonna be a part 2 to this video. My next upload is going to show the full final reveal because I still got several more things I wanna do to my patio, to my pool area, also to my vegetable garden. Y'all gotta wait and see how much my vegetable garden is flourishing, and I'm gonna add some stuff to it, which I'm really excited about. So just trust me, trust the process. Stay tuned for part 2.